Okay, lovelies, we are live. Unfortunately, the weather is bad, and so we will be missing our beautiful Cyenna's face. But not her beautiful voice. So, I'm gonna give a little recap, and then we can get down and on to it. That was English. So, after
Yes, it was.
after a particularly stinky heist and a quick trip to buy fancy bath potions, the girls prepare for two very different events: Brihiri's funeral and Cyenna's date with Geordi. Cyenna is nervous, but is determined to get some kind of info from him and waffles between luring him in and pushing him away. Everyone has a slightly different opinion on what exactly Cyenna should do, and Zatari and Gemma agree to wait nearby in case Cyenna needs any help. Sydney broods with pickles away from people as Cyenna on her date grills Geordi about his life, and he does admit to being a drug dealer for the past 6 years. Cyenna convinces him to go to the bathroom with her and try some of the drugs, which happens to be sood or spice. She insists that Geordi takes the first dose, and he immediately passes out, prompting Cyenna to panic and run out of the bathroom for Gemma. You make a bit of a scene, dragging Zatari and Gemma into the bathroom, but Gemma heals Geordi after Zatari takes the sood away from him. Zatari convinces Geordi to rethink his life, and Cyenna says maybe if he cleans up his act, she'll go out with him again. So, before the funeral, you guys go on a shopping trip. First to the boutique, So Nice, run by Rameh, a tabaxi, who knows Zatari on a first-name basis. After purchasing some clothes for the funeral, you guys go to the Dreaming Jester and the Velvet Pixie for gear and armor. On the day of the funeral, Zatari picks Sydney and the others up in her carriage, and Sydney immediately recognizes her old adventuring party out on the docks. Naku, the half-orc female barbarian, Nolith, the Thunderbreaker, the male dwarf fighter, and Emil Franklin, a human male artificer, Brihiri's lover, or rather legal husband, as only Zatari knew about Emil being legally Brihiri's husband since she saw Brihiri's will. And she saw that he inherited quite a bit of debt from Brihiri. Sydney is shocked to find out that Emil is Brihiri's surviving spouse, and she confronts him. Emil is apologetic, but defends his marriage to Brihiri, saying that he loved her more than anything, which was never good enough for Sid. Sid states that Brihiri deserved better than her even. Gemma and Zatari hang back and steadily zone of truth Emil. Emil tells Zatari that he didn't know that Pickles was with her that night, and that the bird never came home after she was murdered. Emil admits that they were in a ton of debt, and Zatari asks for a list of his debtors. Sid catches up with Naku and Nolith, and they are now together and expecting a baby. Sid asks about Brihiri, and they say they wrote letters, and that she knew about the baby. You ride back to your respective homes and discuss what you learned.
So the question is where do we go from here?
Because we're still at the funeral, right?
No, we were in the carriage.
Yeah, you guys were in the carriage. Yeah.
We were in Zatari's TARDIS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we could, skip ahead to you guys being in your homes. We could skip ahead to another day completely, up to you guys.
I think we went to go get ice cream or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was on the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Didn't Cyenna bring some pie too?
I did.
Yeah, we were gonna put pie on the
I
ice
brought
cream.
some, and that's right. A la mode.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys could be having a la mode pie. Go ahead, start.
With my position, would I know, like, so we have the list of things to do. Would I know, like, what would be, like, a higher priority? Like, would it be trying to find Father Winter's head, or would it be the Duke's mistress, or would it be investigating Brihiri's death? Like, which one seems more...
Definitely number one is Brihiri's death. That is probably, she died under mysterious circumstances, and she obviously, like, owed a lot of debt. Like, that could be something that could come against the guild that you probably want to nip in the bud. I would say maybe second thing would be to find, like, who Father Gresh is, or who is pretending to be Father Gresh, which will probably lead you to Father Winter's head. The thing with Father Winter's head is, like, it's probably destroyed by now, and it's, like, the damage is done. Like, you can no longer cast Speak with Dead, or Revivify, or anything like that. As for the couple other things, they're a little bit more, like finding the Duke's mistress, that's more like a personal little fun quest for you. And as well as selling the stolen goods, like, if you needed something chill to do that day,
Okay.
you could maybe do one of those. But the problem with investigating investigating Brihiri's death is going to be a much larger, overarching thing.
Cool. Okay.
But you could definitely also find that druid who can maybe talk to Pickles.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be the first place we'd start. This cookie dough is so good. Okay, so I think first we should try to talk to Pickles. What do you think?
Do any of us know how to speak with animals?
No,
I think
but
that's a druid thing.
Oh.
I think I know someone who might know where we could find one. It's a bit of a road trip, though.
Ooh, exciting.
Girls trap.
It's actually my old mentor / kind of mother. She has many connections, and she lives a bit out in the country, so I think she would most likely know a druid in the area. She also takes care of ponies, and I think they would need a druid for veterinary purposes and things, so I think she would be a good place to start.
Okay.
Yep. I always love going to the countryside when I can.
It's very relaxing, yes.
Waking up and seeing all the mountains, beautiful.
I mean, I'm down for getting out of the city for a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What do you think,
I
Cyenna?
will-
I think that sounds like a fun idea. I'd love to meet your mom.
Yay! I think you all love her. She's so cool. Alright, so I will get things ready with the guild, and we could leave immediately if you want. I just need maybe an hour or two to get things straight.
Alright.
Yeah, same. I'd want an overnight bag and all that.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to go pick up some hand pies from Omir.
Yes, good idea, yes. All right. Get going.
All right. So you guys plan on leaving. It's probably getting dark soon, so you guys plan to basically leave in the morning.
That makes sense.
Yeah, could do that.
To tie up any loose ends. So the carriage drops Sydney off, as well as Gemma at their respective homes, while Zatari and Cyenna take Delphi back to the Thieves Guild. Sydney, when you get back, what do you think Sydney does or thinks about for the rest of the evening?
Honestly, I think what would happen with Sydney would be she would go into her apartment, and except for the neighbors realize how quiet it is, grab her overnight bag and haul ass to the Thieves Guild, so that at least she was surrounded by noise in the cafeteria for dinner, and then she knew Cyenna was there and Zatari was there. So that's honestly, she's probably still processing a lot of things from the funeral. Is still kind of shocked that Emil and Brihiri were married. Although, secretly she thinks it's hilarious how much in debt Emil is now. I'm assuming Zatari told her that.
Yes.
So I do think she feels very gleeful about that aspect of it. Because even though she's still adjusting to pickles, she got the better end of the deal out of all of it. So she finds that like just rewards in a way.
You think about
Very
that
indirect
300
way.
gold that was given to you by Brihiri, and you probably think about that was probably all the money she had in the world.
Yeah. And she did not give it to her husband.
Nope. She gave it to you and a bird.
So I think she teeter-totters between the gleeful, like, haha, meal in your face, even though you don't know it, to why was Brihiri murdered? And she just kind of teeter-totters throughout the night. So I think that's why she ended up being like, I'm just going to go to the Thieves Guild. While I might not talk a whole lot to a bunch of these stupid people, at least there'll be noise around me. So I don't have to... So it wasn't overwhelming her thoughts, if that makes sense.
Now, here's the question. Do you, like, sign up... So basically the Thieves Guild will... You can either sign up for, like, long-term housing, or you can sign up for more, like, short-term housing, and you can, like, pay a little extra to have a private room, or you can get, like, randomly assigned, like, a roommate, or you know that Zatari does have a guest room. She it's one of those things where it's an open secret. Like, the higher ups aren't really supposed to have perks like that, but you know, sometimes you have a guest from out of town who you kind of want to make sure they stay right next to you and safely, and it's too weird to, like, put them up in a hotel. So some of the higher ups have guest quarters.
I have a feeling she probably paid for it herself too. Like, so it's not too weird that she has that.
That architect enchanter did a hell of a job for you.
Yeah.
They retired after that job.
They're like, you're our best customer.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think Sydney would assume that she could stay with Zatari. I think because she kind of already feels like she put her friends out for attending the funeral, and now she feels like she's kind of dragging them into this murder investigation. So I think that Sydney would do probably short-term private room because she doesn't want to be stuck with some rando, because that would probably drive Sydney to insanity.
Yeah. Just like it could be anybody.
Could be anybody, and knowing Sydney's like, knowing my luck, it's going to be one of those people that like to chitter chatter all night and are even more bubbly than Gemma and Zatari, and she can only handle so much of that a day, so she probably would still want her own room. But she also knows that people in the Thieves Guild are constantly going in and out. While they have, like, I'm assuming they have designated, like, food times, that doesn't mean that there aren't people bustling in and out of the kitchen all the time, because missions come and go, right? So I think it allows her, like, to...
They're probably pretty active at night.
Yeah, that's what I would think, too. So I think she would stay kind of in either the common area or the kitchen or like the cafeteria area. Probably unintentionally hear the hot goss that she doesn't care about. So I don't need any deets on that unless it's something particularly interesting that Sydney would want to know. But I think she would stay up to the point where like she's falling asleep at the table before she would, or in her chair before she would actually go to her room and plop face down on the bed. So if you want me to take a level of exhaustion, I will 100% accept that. Because Sydney would be exhausted.
I would say
that's a DM call.
Yeah. Why don't we roll a luck check? If you get a 10 or under, you'll take a level of exhaustion.
Okay. Here we go, guys.
Here we go.
That's a 15.
Woo!
Ooh.
Dang.
Sydney's tough.
Yeah.
Sydney is tough. I was not expecting that roll out of this dice. I must have used all my bad rolls before we started the session. Cyenna and Gemma. They were watching me do that. I was like, I don't know if these dice are going to work for me tonight.
Telling you gotta roll. You gotta roll them all out.
Yep. Gotta get the bad luck out. I should tell that to Nick.
There you go. Just gotta roll out the badsies.
And moonlight. Moonlight is a... Setting them under the moonlight's a thing, too.
Charging them like crystals.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Get all the bad mojo out.
Yeah, the bad voodoo out. So Sydney, while exhausted, takes care of herself and recognizes that she doesn't want to be alone in this moment. She spent all week moping in her apartment and, just kind of ignoring any, like, self-care things that she had to do. She was like, I know I can get a good meal. People will be around me. Zatari and Cyenna will be there if I need them. And you don't mind paying the little extra bit. You can just deduct 7 silver for the room, and you get the room for 48 hours.
Okay.
And it includes you can pump up water. It's not hot, but you can ask a mage to like come in and like help you with your bathwater, like if you're not so magically inclined. But you can also just like ice bath it out.
I was gonna say, honestly, while Sid does in fact wash her hair and all those types of things, she's not a long shower, long bath person. She's like in, out, done.
Doing my stuff, yeah. Cool.
Yep. Complete opposite of me as a real human being, but that's fine.
Yeah. I think.
Same.
Yeah, and Sid, did you get a magical bath potion? Did Zatari buy you one? I think, yeah.
I think all of us got one.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
And I have an extra one in my bag.
Okay. a part of the magical bath potion, like if you want to pop out the like and read the instructions, it does say like will magically heat your bath water and keep it at ideal bath temperature. Like is part of the enchantment.
Hell yeah.
Stuff I wish I hadn't realized, you guys.
Yeah.
That would be so nice. Then I would say if Zatari had given her that, and it sounds like she did, then
Last
Sydney
session,
would, on this very rare occasion, would allow herself to soak for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's like kind of like it's a little awkward, and then you like kind of relax, and your shoulders like kind of straighten out, and you're like, okay. For a second, you're like, I can understand the appeal of this, and you fall asleep for just a little bit, and then you get up and you have one of those like really deep sleeps, and we will rejoin Sydney the next day. Gemma, anything in particular you get up to that evening?
Gemma probably just goes home, does her evening routine, which consists of her 12-step skincare. She probably does a hair mask, shaves her legs, shaves her whole body, and then it's like, oh yeah, before I go, because I don't know for how long I'm going to be gone, I should probably go to the temple and see, like, what needs to be attended to, see, like, do my quick little prayers over there, see if anyone is fucking up my temple.
It's been quiet at the temple recently. It's pretty much only the some of the other priests and clerics who would come every day. Not as many patrons have been showing up, just out of caution. Some of them are like coming back in and stuff, but also you guys had put ceremonies on hold for a week or two just out of respect for Father Winters. Also, that darn Flaming Fist said that they would have something by now, and they definitely have nothing.
Useless.
So useless. She makes it a point to, like, jot it down and be like, we have such a large to-do list, but I gotta add this to the to-do list. We don't have time for this. I gotta sleep. But she does her prayer, mentions that, like, went to a funeral today. The guy who was the spouse of the person who unfortunately passed away is a little shit.
Dear
and
diary.
So if there's any way... Huh?
Dear diary.
Yeah. he's such a little shit, and he made my friend really angry, and so for that, he is scum of the earth.
Tell
But
him, girl.
also, we tried our best to, like, kind of sort of intimidate him and get some information out of him. So, like, we're probably not done with him anymore, unfortunately. But, like, if you could help us continue to make his life a living hell, but also don't kill him because we might need him for more information later, that would be great. Love you!
Amen.
Amen.
In Loki's name we pray.
Yeah. Chaos reigns, and just like your eyes go black for a second, and then you're like, okay. Okay.
And then I go home and I just like pack a little bag for tomorrow and get my stuff ready and go to bed.
Gucci. Alright. Cyenna.
Yes.
Zatari and you return to the Thieves Guild, and Zatari goes to handle Delphi, and you walk back into the Thieves Guild, presumably to get ready for your next journey.
Yes. Yeah. So Cyenna is gonna go back to her room and put away this beautiful outfit that she wore, and change into or prepare something for the next day. And maybe I don't have anything that I'm feeling, so I go shopping in a few other rooms down the hall, just to see what the vibe is. Grab a nice sweater, looks nice, smells good, smells clean.
Okay, I'm gonna need a stealth check and a sleight of hand check.
Okay, and
She said it's so casual too. Yeah.
Yes, you roll your d20.
And Sid's just in the cafeteria not knowing that any of this is happening.
Yeah, totally.
I love it.
Okay, for stealth I have 16. And
Did you up your
where
modifier?
is my... No, I'm looking for it right now. Plus 6, so...
Okay.
24?
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, that's 22. 22.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one?
Sleight of hand. To actually steal the
Sleight of
garment.
hand, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no! I got 1.
Oh.
And now what?
So 7. I got a 7.
Oh no.
Oh no.
7 and the 1 do look alike, but...
No. It's a 1 and a plus 6.
Parts,
So
that's 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nat 1.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
well,
yeah, I got a nat 1. Yeah.
so you scurry into a couple rooms, and you're just like you're just not finding what you need. And you remember that there is a girl who has, like, notably, like, you've seen her with really cute clothes. Her name's Anne. She's an elf, and she's kind of tall, so you think you could, like, fit into her stuff. So you kind of, like, sneak down the hall, and you are literally fully rifling through her shit, and you hear a voice behind you just like, what are you doing?
Are you Simon?
No.
Is that your name?
No.
Oh, see, I thought I was in Simon's room looking for something that they said I could borrow, but it looks like I'm in the wrong room.
Right. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So,
You should leave.
So what's your name?
You should.
Oh,
You should go.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Let me do that now.
I
But before I go, okay.
if I ever see you
Right.
in this room again,
Oh,
I'll kill you.
right. Not Simon. Oh, you'll
Nope.
kill me, non-Simon.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, you'll definitely not be seeing me in here
No, ma'am.
again.
Bye-bye.
Make sure next time you don't see me.
Bye-bye. And she like slams the door on you.
Okay, mental note. Not Simon is a bitch. Okay. All right. So I go down the hall and decide that maybe I should test my luck again.
Okay. You're gonna do this on
Yeah.
disadvantage now.
No.
So make a stealth with disadvantage.
Not Simon's room? You want to go again?
To a
not to
different
Simon's room. No.
Oh.
We're going to a different room. I just think that we're really interested. Okay, so what was the disadvantage?
You roll twice and you take the lower number.
Oh, okay.
Still a D20.
Okay, so a 9. Wait, is that a D20? I didn't roll a D20. I'm sorry. Let me grab a D20.
Okay. It's probably a
Whoops.
D12. Binksy boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look at you being a kitty cat.
Say hello to everyone. No. Okay, bye.
Okay, I roll a 6.
Oh, that's so bad, Cyenna.
A 6.
It is. Wait, do I add my
You add your
stealth
modifier.
points?
Yeah.
Okay, so I roll a 12.
That's still pretty bad for you.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You start like going into someone else's room and you hear someone sort of like scurrying like boots on the floor quickly towards you, and you turn and a small halfling woman with a very sour look on her face is like staring up at you.
All right. I'm gonna say, I've been looking for you.
Excuse me, dear. I do not believe this is your assigned dormitory, and I must ask you to promptly return to your assigned room.
Apologies. I was looking for you to deliver this. What's your name?
Terrier.
Maria, that's right. Of course, Maria. I have a gift from you, a special gift. From the kitchens. This is just for you. I don't know who it's from. I'm just a delivery person.
Oh,
but
this
here
is quite
one.
unusual.
Yes, I know. I suppose you might have it admire. I'm not sure who sent me, so I can't answer, but they sent this delicious blueberry pie. It's fresh from the kitchens, and it's for you, Tyria.
And you have a blueberry pie on you?
I usually do, yeah.
I usually do. But have you gotten a new blueberry pie since the last blueberry pie? I don't believe so.
We just got back to the guild, and then you went to go find clothes. Did you go to the kitchens before doing that?
No, maybe not. Maybe I instead give them a handshake. I'm gonna give her a handshake. I wanted to give you this from a secret admirer. They wanted to let you know that they exist out here,
Do you
and
need
they
to go
see
to
that
the
you're
nursing
doing.
wing? Have you perhaps been hexed of some sort? Are you feeling well?
Taria, that's such a thank you so much. I just got back from a funeral. I may not be feeling quite myself. If you excuse me, I hope you have a nice rest of your evening.
I'm keeping my eye on you, Diego.
I'm gonna head out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Are we friends now? Should I?
No.
Should I call you Terry for short?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you later.
And she just leers at you until you walk back into your room. You are unable to snitch any cute clothes from anyone else, but as usual, Zuma is not around, so you can always steal her shit.
Yeah, I'll just take one of Zuma's and throw it in a bag, and then head down to the kitchens and say hi to Omir, and maybe get some more hand pies. Yeah, I'll probably just order them for the morning before I go, so they're hot still.
Okay, how many pies do you ask for?
I asked for 4 or 5. 5 pies. One for each of us, and then one for Zatari's quote mom.
Cute. Okay. Omir, of course, let you put in a order for pies. And Zatari, when you return to your chambers, Ruby is sitting at her desk, and as you open the door, she jumps, and you can see that she spills over a little ink bottle, and with her tail, she sort of unknocks it over, and she prestidigitations it clean again, and she bows and she goes, Oracle, hi. I try to get through some of the paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork.
It is, yes.
A letter came for you, and also your paycheck and your adventuring paycheck.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Ruby. You are much too jumpy. You need to relax. I think maybe you should think about taking a vacation soon.
Vacation.
You are doing such a good job.
We don't really have time to take a vacation. We have a lot of stuff to do. I actually have a list here. If you had some time to go over it, I've just been taking notes. And then whatever the letter says.
Let's sit down.
Okay. Sit.
Is it one of those scrolls that she undoes and you just see it just topple and scroll all the way across the floor? I need to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
My, that is a long scroll you have.
Oh yeah, there's lots to do.
Yes, well. Alright, let me see if I can knock most of this out tonight. And I'm going to Ahima's actually. I could say hello to your brother if you would like.
Oh, you're gonna go see Ahima.
Would you like to come?
I
can get a replacement.
Well, I mean,
take that vacation you need.
She gets a cheeky look on her face and she goes, I mean, I guess if my boss says I need a vacation.
Yes, I do. How about this? You and I will work tonight to try to get most of this done. And then we will take a nice, fun vacation.
Okay, well, and she scurries through the scroll, and you see that Ruby is the kind of person who just puts really arbitrary shit on the list, like stuff where you're just like,
Yeah.
okay, that doesn't need to be done with any, like, stuff is just like listed on there in any way that came into her brain. It's like dust all the tchotchkes in Zatari's room is next to like investigate Brihiri's murder. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason for any of this. And she
I'm just
starts,
gonna
like,
take the list from her and just like
start
mark off
crossing
all
them with
of
the
the things.
wait, okay, no, but that one we
Yes,
could.
well,
okay,
these
yeah,
can be done later. This
Sure.
one doesn't matter at all.
Sure.
I don't know why you wrote this down, but no. Okay, only these ones.
Okay.
And I'm circle like the most important.
You're crossing a lot. You're crossing like a lot of them out. You can see she starts like sweating a little.
Yes, okay, so these are the most urgent and the most important. We will do these first, and then if it's not too late, we will take care of some of these other ones. But honestly, Ruby, I need to teach you more about prioritizing, because half of this list does not need to be on the list, to be honest. But
okay,
you're doing
like
a great job
another
otherwise.
list. Okay, multiple
Yes,
lists. I
maybe-
like it. I like it.
Well, if that helps you work, I suppose, but this other list must be things that are very low priority. The big list with the high priority ones comes first.
Yes, we can. Okay, I'm gonna make up different levels for the priorities of the list. This is gonna be great. Okay.
Why don't we do this after the vacation? But for now,
Okay, but
we
I
are
do
going
have to make a
this
packing
list.
list. I do have to make a packing list.
No, you don't.
Oh,
My darling Ruby, I do not need to pack anything. I have a full carriage of everything I already need.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I need you to take a breath. Breathe in.
Ugh.
Breathe out.
Oh.
I'm just gonna grab her by her face and be like, "My darling, you need this vacation." Okay. So, what is the first thing on the list? And we're just gonna like slowly go down, and I'm just gonna try to teach her a little bit more about the job and stay up.
Yeah. She soaks
Not
it
too
in,
late, but
and her eye only twitches a little.
Anime style Twitch, because I was imagining the anime styles like sweat.
Yeah, it's like
for Ruby.
Yeah.
I love the idea that she's having like an existential crisis of like, what do you mean?
Poor Ruby.
Poor Ruby.
so we're gonna like get most of it done, and then I'm gonna like arrange for like a substitute for a couple days.
Yeah,
Someone I know that's done it before, probably, like maybe whoever I had before Ruby.
Yeah, there's definitely people who you can sort of like tap to at least basically like sit in on your office hours and take your messages and such. Someone to basically sit in your desk for the days that you're gone, and if an emergency happens, they would know how to contact you. You easily tap someone, and you guys prepare to head out in the morning. In the morning, you retrieve Delphi from the stables and the carriage from the sort of like carriage house. And to your surprise, you see Cyenna and Sid come out from the main hall with to-go breakfasts.
Sydney, when did you get here?
Last night.
What?
I was trying to figure out if you were asking me literally or figuratively.
You slept
last
here?
night. Yes.
Sydney, why did you not talk to me? I could have given you the guest room.
Oh, I knew you were busy, and I didn't really go to bed till really late last night, so.
Sydney, no matter how busy I get, my friends and party members come first, okay? I need you to remember this.
So you're seeing, like, the anime cogs of the wheel, like, above her head are just kind of, like, because it's morning, and she's got a very large cup of coffee you can tell she has not drank much of, and she's just kind of like, I'm gonna process this later.
All right.
Take a sip of her coffee.
Next time you want to stay here, let me know. You will have the guest room.
Okay, good to know.
All right, let's go and pick up Gemma, and we will get on our way. And by the way, everyone, I know you met her before, but again, this is Ruby, and she is coming with us.
Hi.
How does, just as
Good
curiosity, I was gonna
morning.
say,
Hi, Ruby.
how does Ruby look specifically as she looks at Cyenna and I? Just curious. Like, does she look anxious? Does she still look stressed?
Make an insight check on Miss Ruby.
Sure.
Cyenna, you may as well.
13.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I know
10.
Sid
Ooh.
can be a little intimidating.
Yeah.
Because usually she has resting bitch face.
Yeah.
So, and she still hasn't fully woken up, so she probably looks a little grumpy.
Mm-hmm. She grumpy.
Not a morning person. Sydney is not.
Your mug says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee."
Yeah.
Yep.
Cyenna, what'd you get?
She got
11.
11? Okay. Sydney, you look at Ruby and, like, you've met Ruby a couple times, and Ruby is the exact opposite personality of you, of just, like, she's super type A, she's pretty uptight, like, she's really anxious, and, like, for the most part, you're pretty laid back. And you are not an anxious person. And you're just sort of like, you cut her.
This is a lot for this morning.
You cut her some slack because you know she's a child. Like, she's young. So you're just sort of like, hey, Ruby. And Ruby is intimidated by you.
But I wondered.
Yeah. And calls you Miss Sydney. And it's just
Sid.
Okay.
Sydney is fine. Sydney is fine.
Okay, Miss Sydney.
Or Sid.
Sure. Nope. Gotcha.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
I look at Zatari, I kind of raise my eyebrows, and I walk towards her caravan. I'm like, I'm not doing this right now. I imagine when Sydney gets to Zatari's caravan, she literally finds a couch and just kind of, even though coffee is still in her hand, she lays down and she just kind of dozes.
Yeah. The armchair is certainly big enough for you to kind of like snuggle in.
That's the great thing about being a halfling is I'm so little.
It's like
anything can be a bed.
Yeah, anything's a bed. Cyenna,
a bed.
Ruby is in your eyes like what you would consider an easy mark. Ruby, if she didn't have the connection to Zatari, is probably someone that you would like maybe try and fuck with a little bit, you don't really think that she's cut out for the Thieves Guild. She doesn't really have moxie or survival skills. But because she is Zatari's secretary receptionist and she is pretty young, you try and only razz her a little.
Raz? Mess with her?
Raz would just be tease her.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little.
Okay.
Not in a mean or malicious way, but like an older sibling kind of way.
Okay.
Cause you're Zatari's protege, and so you're
that's right.
You both have a similar relationship to Zatari, but you are a little bit more aligned with what Zatari actually does. And you are going to be an adventurer, while Ruby is not an adventurer.
Okay. Well, I guess I walk up to Ruby and say hi. And yeah, hi. I'm Cyenna. What's your name again?
Hey, Cyenna. Ruby.
All right. Nice to meet you, Ruby. You ever been outside the gates?
Yeah, I actually lived on the farm for a little bit. It's a really small town.
All right. Okay. Well, stick close to the pack, all right? We don't want to lose you.
Oh, okay.
Let's go! I'm gonna just throw my arms around both of them. Push them towards the carriage.
Yeah. I do a really nice smile to my friends. And then I just give a really serious look to Ruby and we walk into the...
Roll an intimidation check for me, Cyenna.
Oh gosh. Cyenna has not been rolling well tonight. But we're gonna hope that she does now. So... Because, I've been having issues with intimidation and this is not gonna work for my ego. I got, let's see... 16.
Okay. You your look, she just sort of, she gives you a nervous smile back, and she breaks eye contact with you, and you seem satisfied with your mind fuckery on her for now.
Great. That's good.
And then we go pick up Gemma.
You guys go pick up Gemma, and at the temple, she comes out, and with her pack, which she's able to change into your regular clothes from your temple garb, and you guys make your way out. You guys go north up to Black Dragon Gate. And you go onto the far outskirts of Blackgate itself, past Garenmorn Stables, which is notably the biggest stables. But you guys actually go to a little bit of a smaller stables on the very, 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 very outskirts of Blackgate. Is Braystone. Braystone Ranch, which is where Hema lives.
Do you spell her name and put it in chat, please?
Yes, there you go.
Thank you.
Zatari, I'm gonna let you describe the beautiful little ranch that you purchased for Ahima. One of the first things you did was retire your mom from the life of conning and bought her this pony ranch.
Yeah. So it's a cute little ranch full of ponies that look a lot like Delphi. Little shaggy, kind of like northern looking ponies. All different colors, and you walk up and it looks very like cottagecore, very cutesy. And you see a lot of tieflings around, kind of everywhere. Like all of the hands that you see working on the farm are tieflings of all different shapes and sizes. And you can tell that all of the ponies are really well taken care of, and it looks like everyone working there really enjoys their job and everything. And at the top of a hill there would be like a really cute looking house, like again like cottagecore looking, but it's pretty big. And you see a lot of people coming and going from the house, and it seems like that's like the main headquarters of the ranch. And there's lots of stables, plenty of space, rolling hills, flowers everywhere.
Yeah, you guys come in like through like a wooden gate, and you see the house is on a hill, and then everything below it is filled with like kind of like you see a big barn, and then the field kind of goes out into the distance. A couple of like tieflings like wave at you. A couple of them seem to recognize Zatari and start like running towards the house to let the house know. It's a very large ranch. You guys maybe see 15 tieflings on your way in of various age. A couple of them wave to Ruby, who kind of like excitedly waves back. And finally one of them comes up to you, and she is maybe like a little bit older than Ruby is, in her in like her 20s. So she comes up to you guys, and she waves you down. She calls up, "Hi!"
Hello! It is good to be home.
Zatari, it's been a minute.
It has, yes. I really need to visit more.
Ahima's gonna be so excited. I know she wrote to you.
Yes, I just received her letter. Is she in the house?
Of course. I think a couple of the others already ran up ahead. I can take Delphi.
Oh, yes, thank you. These are my party members.
Oh, hi.
I'm sure we will have lots of introductions later.
Of course. She takes the reins for Delphi and sort of like points you up to the main house. It's like bricks and cobbles, and yeah, there's like wildflowers all over. It's very pretty. It's a little wild, but it's gorgeous. And as you guys enter into the main house, you see that everything is very cutesy, sort of like that shabby chic. A lot of like just random things are everywhere. Like just like Zatari's office, like Ahima seems to have a penchant for things. She loves decor. You see that she has a lot of like pig decor. You guys know the sketch of like, what's your mom animal?
Yeah.
Ahima's mom animal is pigs and everything. like once you start realizing it, you start seeing it everywhere. And like, this woman has vases that are pig shaped. You're pretty sure her tea kettle is pig shaped. Zatari, you definitely remember her, like, you know, thinking pigs were cute, but it appears to have maybe become an obsession in the past couple of years, and that's fine. That's fine. She works
It's like
hard.
all of the kids know she likes pigs, so they just keep getting her pig stuff. Now it's just
Yeah. Well,
everywhere.
yeah, you see that some of them, like, she obviously had, like, you know, she has, like, a kiln on site, so, like, a lot of them are, like, kind of poorly made, like, pigs, you know? But she's proud of all of them in any way. And as you guys enter into the sort of like main area, you hear on the wood floors a wooden like walking stick, and Ahima appears through a doorway. Zatari, go ahead and describe how Ahima looks.
So she's a cute little old lady. She's got long hair, lots of braids, and like her clothing style is also very shabby chic, like flowy, lots of layers. And she's got some really funky shaped glasses with like the chains and like big earrings. Lots of jewelry. Yeah, she's a cute little old, but also kind of hip little old lady.
She's also a tiefling, is that correct?
No, she's human.
You're right, she's just human.
Yeah.
So, like, she kind of stands out from everyone else, but she also has a really, she has a really, like, fun outfit on. The earrings are massive. The jewelry, like, clangs on her, like, thin wrists, and she has so many skirts and bangles that you can, like, hear her jangling.
Like, you can definitely tell that she used to be a fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
Got that vibe to her.
What were you saying?
Mama Hima!
Oh, Zatari! Come here.
It has been so long!
Oh, it's been too long. Come here. And even though she has like
the biggest hug.
An old walking stick, like you can see she like hugs Zatari like super fiercely. And she like adjusts her glasses. Even with the glasses, you guys can see like her eyes are very narrow. It's like hard to see her actual eyes. She kind of like squints at you guys. Oh, is this a new adventuring party? Oh,
It is. Yes, these are my new partners. This is Cyenna, Sydney, and Gemma. And of course I brought Ruby.
Oh, Ruby! And she like clops over and gives Ruby a huge hug, and Ruby hugs her back, and Ruby's like, oh, Grandma Hima, where's Roland? Oh, he's around here, that little scamp, probably with the ponies. Go. And you see Ruby, like, squeezes Ahima's hand and, like, runs out the front door looking for her baby brother, Roland. And Ahima sort of, like, gestures at you guys and says, all right, well, crowd in, let me get a good look at you.
Oh my god, it is so fabulous to finally meet you. We've heard nothing but excellent, wonderful, gracious things about you.
Oh. All lies.
Oh.
Oh, well, I can see
Only
why you
some
like
of them.
this
Most
one.
are true.
I can see why you like this one, Zatari. And this little whippersnapper, she kind of like leans down to look at Sydney. This one's the tough one, I think. And when he like as he like looks down at you, you just hear from outside, "Rah!" And she sort of like jumps a little, and she goes, a familiar?
Oh, that is Pickles.
Of course it is. Pickles, you say? Well, that's quite the name. Quite the name. And
That's yeah.
Oh.
She doesn't really know how to react to a Hema. So while like Sydney is trying to pretend to be tough, she's also kind of like a little intimidated by her at the same time.
She's kooky, but she's also kind of like she's old, you know? Like you're like, I don't know what kind of magic she has.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like the type of old lady that's really perceptive and like insightful, and you're like, she's small and old, but like, yikes.
Yeah.
I feel what is in the depths of my soul.
Yeah.
She comes over to Cyenna and pats her fur, and she goes, a striking one! A satyr. Very rare, very rare.
Thank you for letting us stay with you. Here's a gift, Miss Ahima. My name is Cyenna. It's lovely to meet you.
Well, this one has manners,
And I hand her a pie.
Oh, I love pie. Oh, well. Cyenna, watch out, Zatari. Cyenna might steal your place for favorite.
Oh, that could never be. Although she's pretty great.
It's a very tempting offer, ma'am.
Oh, yes, we must make more pie. She sort of like stumbles into the kitchen, and you can see that like a couple of the other tieflings are sort of cooking what is probably going to be supper. Looks like fresh loaves of bread and definitely some pie, and looks like a large stew of some kind. Maybe some kind of rabbit stew.
As we pass like each of the other tieflings, I'm gonna like stop for a second and like greet them and talk to them, and you guys can kind of see like Zatari knows every single one of them.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check on those interactions, you guys.
Another 13 for me.
Okay.
15.
You're like middling rolls, middling
my God.
rolls. 3.
3?
No.
You guys...
You need to cleanse your dice.
Yeah.
I do.
You guys are kind of
Something's
used
wrong.
to... You guys are used to Zatari knowing people and having a reputation, and like people knowing her, and like it's not shocking that she's super involved with her old mentor's ranch. Just based off of how influential Zatari is in the Thieves Guild. Ahima turns to you guys and says, well, Did we have particular business? Should we go to my office?
Sure, yes, actually.
Okay.
This is not just a fun visit. I am here for another reason as well. Even though I love seeing you, Mama Hima.
Of course, it's never just a fun visit. And she
Yes.
painstakingly, leads you up the stairs. And she takes you through a hallway that leads you to a little corner of the second floor, which seems to be mostly windows and has a beautiful view out over mostly just the fields. It looks out. And you can see mostly just the ponies instead of the tieflings around, and you can see that it's a little bit of a mess in here. Probably Ahima doesn't really let too many people in here. It's her private study area. You see that this is where she keeps some of the things that you recognize from your journeys together, some of her old silks and scarves, and her personal crystal ball that she used. A little smaller than the one that you always preferred. And a tapestry depicting a unicorn that you remember hanging in the window for many years. You kind of smile to yourself as you remember those times and how far you've come. And
when it was just me and her against the world.
Just you guys and two copper to rub together.
We scanned so many people.
Yeah. So many people. She sits down at her desk, which has a big pillow on it. And she starts rustling through the papers, and sort of gestures with the hand that has the walking stick. There's only a rocking chair in here, and a footstool, and then very little else.
I'm gonna grab the footstool and just sit near Ahima.
Okay.
Just scooch close to her.
Really awkward.
I'm sorry to impose on you, Madam Ahima. My familiar actually used to be an old friend, and we believe that it was witness to my friend's murder.
Ooh.
We were wondering if either you or if you know someone who could potentially speak to Pickles about it.
She looks at you for a long time, Sid. And it makes you a little uncomfortable. You squirm, trying to get away. She just blinks.
Yep.
I do know a druid. Oh, I believe he still lives in the city, though gods know why, but he said he's doing the Oak Father's work, whatever that means. Okay, let's see, what was his name? And she puts on a different pair of glasses and dips her ink into dips her quill into an ink and rips off of a piece of parchment and sort of taps thoughtfully as she tries to recall the name.
Is this one of the people that helps with the ponies?
No, this is
I know who I secretly wanted to be. Said I know who I secretly wanted to be.
No, this is an old druid friend.
Oh. Do I know them?
I don't know if you remember. She starts to fall asleep a little bit.
Mama, wake up!
Boda.
You are saying about a druid?
Yes, Boda, B-O-D-A. You remember her?
Boda.
Yes. I never talked about her? Oh, that's strange.
I'm not having a memory of this person.
Oh, she's a wood
Was
elf?
this before I was with you?
Oh, maybe. It was... what year was that? It must have... it must have been a while, I guess, before we were together. You know, we didn't do a lot of Baldur's Gate when we were... We really thrived on the small time con. You know your demographic. That's what I always say.
So this druid is in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Do you know
So,
where in the city?
Well, two things. Well, I haven't seen her for I guess a couple years now. She was known, I don't know how to put this lightly, Zatari, but she was known for drinking. She drank a lot.
Okay.
And she was very paranoid.
That could help us find her.
Yes, but she was very, very paranoid.
Oh.
Paranoid about what specifically, if you don't mind me asking?
She was always under the assumption that people were coming to get her. I don't know where she would get that idea.
I'd be worried about spilling my drink, am I right? Just kidding.
She might have been worried about that, I'm not sure.
Could you maybe describe what she looked like when you knew her?
Sure. Had
if
like
she
that...
is an elf, she probably has not changed too much.
Yeah, sure. She had like that olive tone, golden hair, alert, hazel eyes, like a paranoid rabbit.
All right. Do you have any theories about which part of the city she could be in? Like the citadel, the wide, the...
Oh, well, she loves a dive bar. Loves a dive bar. You know what she really liked? Dive bar with a theme. Oh, loved a dive bar with a theme.
Like a mermaid theme?
It could be any theme.
All right. This is very good information.
Well, I'm really just assuming that she's still alive because she's an elf. But who knows? Maybe
Yes.
whatever she was very upset about finally caught up to her. Who's to say?
I hope not. We really need to talk to Pickles
Well,
and find out what happened.
Oh. You see she goes to, like, open, like, one of the windows, and you see that Pickles just, like, immediately is, like, in the window, and, he's just like, and, you see Ahima, like, nearly, like, falls over. Look at how startled she is.
I'll catch her.
It's a very...
So sorry.
It's a very, very large raven.
He's not very good with personal space.
Ew.
No, he's not.
It's the
Pickles, you gotta be chill about that.
It's
You gotta be chill about it, okay?
the largest fucking raven I've ever seen in my life. Goodness. She, like, adjusts her glasses. She's like, ooh, barely fits in the window. Oh.
Very well trained, though.
Ew.
Well,
It's obviously very attached to you.
watch your bookshelves.
Oh. She tries to, like, very gently, like, try and shoo it, and, like, Pickles doesn't even, like, move a little, and she goes, shoo. Shoo. Oh, okay. Sydney?
Pickles, you better not poop in here.
I could take Pickles back to the care. So sorry.
Sydney, you go over, and, like, you lean over to Pickles, and you're like, what do you try and get him to go away or anything?
Yeah, I say, Pickles, I will meet you at Zatari's caravan. We'll be right there.
And you see he just, like, opens his wings, swoops out of the sky, and you like look down, and you see he, like, swoops way too close to a tiefling's horns. You can, and one's just like, oh gosh. And you sigh to yourself and, like, close the window, and you're like, job well done. Job taken care of.
Yep.
Okay. Well. You're of course going to stay for dinner.
Of course.
Okay, wonderful.
And
wonderful.
probably half of the day tomorrow, I think.
Okay, wonderful.
We
I
could
never
hang
see.
around and
Never see my sweet
Yes.
Zatari.
I would love to meet all of your new ponies as well.
Okay, yes. So we must take a tour. All the new ponies.
And the original Delphi. I hope she's doing well.
Yes. You guys now realize that Zatari has had, like, more than one Delphi, and that, like, the other ones have just been retired here, as they get too old to carry the carriage around.
They've got Roman numerals after their name.
uh-huh.
Technically, the one pulling the carriage is Delphi the Fourth.
Yeah.
The fun thing, as everyone's describing, like, this ponies and all that, Sid looks at the pony, and they're like actual horses to her.
Yes.
Like, normal horses are like ridiculously big, and ponies are horse size to Sid. So she's not really. She's like, they're all giant. I don't understand. Why is this one considered a pony compared to the other? They're all horses.
The math ain't mathin', yeah.
It's not mathin' for Sid.
If I see Sid like eyeing the ponies, I'd probably be like, Sydney, you know, we do have riding lessons for the children and, you know, people who are not quite as tall for full-sized horses, you know? So if you wanted to learn how to ride, you could take some lessons.
Gemma puts her hand on your shoulder.
Who's mine or Sydney's?
On Sydney's.
Sydney just kind of looks at Zatari. And then goes towards where the food is going to be in the kitchen, just doesn't say anything.
Oh.
Okay, well, the offer still stands if you change your mind.
I'd be happy to take the lessons with you. Wait, where are you going?
I'm gonna lean over to him and be like, she's a little touchy sometimes. We're working on it.
It be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes.
I'm picturing an old woman just be like that sometimes.
She's like surrounded by a bunch of younger tieflings.
Yeah,
They all
exactly.
teach her like the
I know
lingo.
all the hip lingo. Okay, well, I'm sure they're gonna ring the dinner bell any second now, so... Let's go retrieve Sydney.
Sydney didn't go far, she just went downstairs where
Yeah.
the food was going to be.
I think I went to Cyenna and I'm like, oh my god, a home cooked meal? I'm so excited.
Do you not eat home cooked food, Gemma?
I mean, I
Who cooks your meal?
personally don't really. Well, you know, when I'm not busy with you all, and I'm not busy at the temple, normally I just go on dates. It saves me so much on groceries. If I'm by myself, I'll just go to a restaurant by myself, meet a gentleman or two. They pay for my drinks. It's nice.
After my first date, I don't think I'll be going on any for a while.
She pauses and like thinks about that for a second, and she's like, you know, sweetie, I probably wouldn't either. But if you ever wanted to go out a night on the town, I'd be happy to go with you so you weren't alone.
Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. But only if Sydney comes with us. You think she'll come if we invite her?
Probably not. But maybe we could, like, come up with some sort of ruse to get her to get out of the house. You know, maybe
Maybe an elaborate ruse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We can pretend to kidnap her. That would be a lot of fun.
I don't know about that. We don't want to traumatize her.
Oh, you heard that? Oh, you're right. No, that's probably not a good idea.
Oh, for sure, boss. You know, I'll take that back.
Cyenna, I think I need to teach you more about good ways to lie. You have a few tales that are a little obvious. I think we need to work on this.
Yeah, I could probably benefit from that. I didn't really have any friends growing up. It was just me and my sister, so
You
I
know,
didn't have a lot of people to talk to.
Ahima is the master of lying, so maybe she could teach you a few things while we are here.
Oh, okay. Ahima, I would love to learn from you if you have time.
Oh, yes. About.
All of my skills have come from her.
Oh, you wish to learn the ways of the Khan.
Yes, I would. And I wiggle my eyebrows and put up my eyeballs.
I knew I liked this one. Anyone with horns? It's good in my book. Okay, well, we have a little
Thank you.
after dinner lesson, you and I. Sorry, you can make sure I don't forget any of my old practices.
Sure. I would love a reminder, a recap
Wonderful, wonderful.
of all of the good techniques.
Okay, here. Well, set the table. Set the table. And she like shoves a bunch of like napkins in your hands.
All right.
Okay, Cyenna,
Setting the table.
your first task, sleight of hand, and she like pulls pulls out a butter knife from like her belt so quick that it's like you blink and you would have missed it.
From her belt?
From her belt, and she like already has it like up to your neck, and she's just like, always be aware. Too slow, you're already dead.
Does everyone see
put-
this?
Yeah, no one cares. Everyone's just like, yeah. Ahima's on her weird bullshit again. It's just what she does.
I just put my hands up and I just say, "You got me, Ahima. You got me. I'll
Okay.
be more on my hooves next time."
She waggles the butter knife at you. Never trust anyone.
All right, taking notes, mental notes in my head.
She puts the butter knife like down in its place on the table, and you guys start to get ready to eat. I think we'll take a 5.
Alrighty.
Gucci?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Gucci.
Good.
Great.
Grab a little snack.
Mm. funny. I made a Hema like forever ago, and it's so fun to get to finally meet her.
She seems pretty cute.
A Hema reminds me of that character. You know, in Star Wars, the one with the very first one was Rey, and she goes to that planet, and it's like, I forget what her character is, and she's like giant glasses, and she looks into
Oh yeah.
Finn's eyes, and she's like really intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a Hema
Very
reminds me of.
similar. Yes. I feel like she almost has like a Miss Frizzle but gypsy kind of vibe to her.
I didn't realize that was Anna in the back of her room, and I was like, who broke into Anna's?
You're like, intruder.
Intruder alert.
When my mic is on, can you hear
I can
Noah
hear
in the
Noah.
background? Okay,
Yeah, we can hear him.
I'll close the door.
Noah, stop being loud. God. Interrupting girl time. Trying to roleplay as an old woman right now.
I was wondering if you were gonna give her Zatari's accent or not.
I love old lady voice. Tree Trunks from Adventure Time is the blueprint.
Yeah.
I love her so much. Anytime I get to play a crazy old lady, I take it.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, good.
We love a crazy little old lady. It's gonna be
doesn't?
me when I'm her age.
Mm-hmm. I want to just be sassy and threatening people with butter knives. You know, normal old lady stuff. So you guys all sit down at the dining table. It's a long dining table. It's like kind of like bench, like picnic table style. And there's probably about 25 people there with you guys and the Hema and everyone. Everyone is of varying age. I would say there's maybe maybe 2 or 3 of them who are older than Zatari, but most are pretty young. One of the youngest is Ruby's little brother. He's also red. And he also has very large horns for how young he is. And you can see that they're gonna have like a really like tight curl on them as well. And he is telling Ruby about every single pony on the ranch.
Cute.
And Ruby is excitedly like taking it all in and like engaging with him. And you can kind of go ahead and give me an insight check on Ruby, you guys.
19.
That's a 17.
Okay.
14.
16.
Okay. You guys look over and you see that Ruby, she's a little sad that she has to, like, be away from her little brother. You can see that she, like, cares very deeply for him, and that has the same, like, he sounds very smart, like, he remembers things very quickly and whatnot, but he doesn't have the same, like, nervousness that Ruby has. He's way more confident and, like, sure of himself. And Ruby seems a little bit more relaxed, like, being around him. And Cyenna, you're sitting next to, like, one of the younger ones, and and they tug on your sleeve and they go, do you have any siblings?
Good question. I look at them and I say, maybe once I did, but not anymore.
Oh. Did they die?
I say, let's just say that I don't see them around these days. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh. My mom's dead. You just hear Ahima from, like, the end of the table. Juno. We've talked about this, and you don't need to. It's not polite. They brought
that's
it up
okay.
first.
Sorry, Ahima. Yeah, sorry about your mom. How's your dinner?
It's good. He
That's
just, like,
nice. And I look
back
away.
to the stew. Yeah. Ahima just, like, waves, like, happens all the time. And yeah, you guys have, like, a really pleasant, like, the vibe is really wholesome. Like, Ahima is, like, laughing and, like, joking with everyone, and everyone's kind of having, like, spirited discussions about, like, what they're gonna do that evening. Some are gonna, like, play games with each other, some are gonna, like, read in the library, some have some, like, some, like, bake for fun, and so they're gonna, like, make sweets or something in the kitchen later. Ruby and Roland seem like they're gonna like, draw at the dinner table. So everyone's kind of, like, thinking about what they're gonna do, and you guys eat blackberry pie for dessert.
Ooh.
It's very good.
Bless you.
I know. Every session, I feel like, I don't know why that happens.
Cyenna eats like one more slice and then looks around to see if there's any more pie. But then tries to hold back because these are children.
Yeah, you see that like a kind of like plump like tween tiefling like looks at you and you look at the last piece of pie and they look at you and they look at the last piece of pie. And they just like they go for the last piece of pie. Are you gonna let them or are you gonna try and take it from them?
I'm gonna actually like I'm gonna leap for it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna grab it and turn around and then
contested dex. So go ahead and roll a dex save.
Okay, hold on. Do I? Oh yeah, I have. Okay, so I rolled. I think it's 22. I with everything.
Okay, they rolled a 5. So you see the like the tween with the round face like kind of like slowly go for it, and quick as can be, you snatch the last piece of pie off the table.
Yeah, I snatch it, I smell it, and then I look down at the teen and I hand it over and walk away.
They sniff
just
it
because
too.
I wanted to mess with the kid.
Oh, okay, they sniff it and they like take like a little like lick and they're like suspicious now and they eye you.
I say nothing and just walk away.
Cyenna, time for your lessons.
Yes, Mama. Can I tell you that?
Oh, of course.
Most here do.
What are we learning next, Mama Hima?
Well, first, we're gonna teach you the basics of tarot. And she gives you a little tarot lesson. Cyenna, go ahead and add a deck of playing cards to your inventory.
Oh, very cool. Okay. I'll make a note of it and do it later.
Yeah, and you will now get a +1 to sleight of hand if it has anything to do with cards.
Okay.
And easy as pie. And she like flips it through her hands. And you're able to like just mimic it. Not quite as smooth as a Hema, but good enough that you think you'd be able to trick like a commoner. And she goes, there you are. Now you have it.
What do I do with the card, Hema?
Oh, well, this one's for you. And she hands you the deck of playing cards.
Okay. I take them.
It is good to
and I
have
repeat the action?
Go ahead, Zatari, sorry.
It is good to have because if you would like to influence someone on buying something, you can read their fortune and make them nervous and then sell them silly trinkets.
Oh, very good.
Oh, Zatari.
All right, well, I guess I go and find someone to try to play play tricks with.
Gemma.
Hey Gemma, can I? Oh no, okay. That's the end of that. I leave with the cards and I go.
Okay, go for it. Swindle me, girl.
Swindle me, girl.
Okay. Hey Gemma. Hey. How was your pie tonight?
You know, it was so good, but it's not as good as the one back at the guild. But like, it's pretty comparable.
Yeah. Yeah. So was wondering if I don't know. Do I want something from Gemma? Gemma, those socks they look really nice. Do you think I could practice my new skills? Yeah, you have some socks on, I think. And I can't wear them. I just kind of want to like, well, yeah, I can have some socks. Why not? I can give them to someone or give it back to her after. Do you think I could practice my new skills on you, Gemma? Would you mind? Would you like to? Wonderful. So let's go outside and practice, and then we go outside and I continuously do my one trick with the cards.
She is amazed and astounded probably like the first 3 times, but then after like the 4th and 5th time she's like, okay, my feet are getting really cold now. You take my socks every time. Do you want socks?
No. Here, just put them back on, and we're just gonna try it one more time. I just want to make sure that I can impress Mama Hima. That's all. Just one more time. Promise it's the last time. And
right.
And yeah.
You take the socks from her again, and at this point she just looks at you, and you're probably like really proud of yourself, and she's like, you keep those.
I'm
going to go back inside now, but I was able to help you.
Yeah, thanks so much. This was fun.
Question?
Great.
Yeah, it was fun. And she walks away. She walks away barefoot.
Zatari.
Yes, Mama Hima.
So, why have you paid me a visit? I know you got my letter, but...
Yes. Well, finding a druid is quite important. You also mentioned in your letter you included this ring. And you said some things have been odd going on around lately. Can you tell me more?
You hand the ring to her, and she looks at it, even though she just had messaged it to you. And she's like, yes.
To me, this looks like a ship captain's signet ring.
Yes. Oh, I remember now. Ship captain. Well, Zatari, you know, Hema was very popular back in her day.
Yes, of course. Was this a lover of yours?
Oh, well, a lady never kisses and tells, but his name may have been Jasper.
Jasper?
Yes.
Is there a reason why you sent me this ring? It was not clear in your letter.
Well, it's always brought me a little bit of luck when I needed it, and safe on my sea travels. I know you're down by the docks now.
Oh, this is a magic ring?
She looks it over, says, maybe. But
Well, in that case, I will cherish it for you.
wonderful. What was his last name? Jasper. Jasper.
Don't strain yourself.
Jasper Hug.
Hug?
Hug.
Hug!
I just really love pigs.
Oh, of course. Yes. Well, was this a human or a tiefling or something else?
Oh, it's very long ago. Jasper was an orc. I want to say orc.
An orc?
Yes.
Wow.
Human
I did not
parents.
know you had such exotic taste.
Oh, like I said, a humor very popular.
Well, I wonder if he is still out and about. Maybe I could meet him someday.
He very well could be. How long do orcs live for?
Probably the same as humans, I would say. We could ask Gemma, she would probably know.
Is Gemma an orc? I don't think. I think orcs look very
No,
different
Mama
nowadays.
Hima.
Oh, okay.
Gemma is a cleric, so she deals with burials and newborns and things like that all the time. So she would probably know the lifespan of different races, I would assume.
Yes, but cleric is a class, sweetie. We need to know, what her race is.
I think you might be a little confused, but it's okay. It has been a long day.
A cleric is not a race, that's all I'm saying.
Yes, but the cleric has knowledge of other
Oh!
races, is what I am saying.
Oh! Well, that's very different.
Yes. Anyways, let me tell you all about the tea that's going on in the city right now.
Oh, I do love the tea. Speaking of... Neo! Tea! Maybe some chamomile. And some scones.
I love the kind with the nuts in them.
With the nuts!
I think we'd probably go up to her office and I'd tell her all about like what I've been up to. And
Neo comes
how
out.
Ruby's doing. And...
He's like a teenage tiefling with acne. He like gives you guys a tray to carry up, and you carry up the tray to Hima's office, and you guys kind of talk away into the night. Anything else you guys would like to do on the ranch?
Did Sydney take the writing lessons?
No, she does not.
Aw, man.
Oh, take it with you. For reals.
Not even like in secret.
Surprisingly, Sydney knows how to ride a horse, like, or a pony. She does.
She's ridden a pony before?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sydney, what do you do for the rest of your evening?
I think Sid would, after eating dinner, and she was pretty quiet throughout dinner, just kind of observing. There's a lot of people. I think she probably ended up actually on top of Zatari's caravan, not in it, on top of it. Just kind of gazing at the stars and Pickles being right there with her. She probably eventually fell asleep, just outside.
You're woken up a little bit later by like a sharp like whistle. And you hear a woman's voice like call up to you, and she goes, "Well, hey now, who's up there?"
Do I recognize it from the night?
Yeah,
before?
this is one of the tieflings, one of the older ladies.
Oh, okay.
One of the
Cool.
older lassies.
I kind of roll over and kind of look down from the caravan. I'm like, "Hi. What's up?"
You see a particularly pretty tiefling. She has like the perfect swoop horns. She's like a pinky purple, not unlike Gemma's skin color a little bit. She has freckles, and she has like a really charming gap tooth, and she has a really cute grin. And she like beams up at you, and she goes, "Oh, well now, I just thought that was a very odd sleeping place. We got lots of room in the ranch."
Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even realize I'd fallen asleep.
Well, it is mighty peaceful outside in the stars.
True.
You need a hand?
And Sydney, instead of accepting the offer, just kind of jumps down from the caravan.
Okay. Jump down from the caravan. You very gracefully jump off, and she flashes like that grin again. She goes, "Ah, well, looks like you can handle yourself. Need an escort back to the ranch, or you got it, cowgirl?"
I think I've got it. Remind me of your name again?
"Ah, name's Leia."
Leia. I'm Sydney.
"Nice
I'm
to
looking
meet
up
you."
at her.
Yeah, she gives you like a firm handshake.
Perfect. Love a good firm handshake. I was like, well, I guess
She
I'll
lets
go
her
figure out what's for
hand
breakfast.
linger in yours like just a hot second longer than you would expect.
All right. Thank you. I will head in and see what's for breakfast. And Sydney does kind of like that little awkward shuffle and heads into where the food would be. Probably looking for Zatari and Gemma and Cyenna.
Yeah, it's like you realize it's like dawn, and that it's like just a little too early for everyone to be waking up, and this is probably one of the like early, like more senior ranch hands.
I think if that's the case, then and Sydney realizes that like no one is awake. It's too early. And she just goes over to the couch, just lays down and passes back out.
I would think there's probably a good amount of activity.
Yeah, people are like
going out
Sydney
to do,
can
like,
sleep through
chores
most.
and-
That's fair. Yeah,
They
yeah.
probably have a lot of coffee going too, though,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Well, with Sydney not having a ridiculous amount of sleep the night before, she probably wouldn't be too phased by the amount of like I think it's one of those like she just kind of lays down and closes her eyes, like hands behind her head, where it looks like maybe she's just thinking about things, but really she's sleeping. Until everyone else wakes up.
Until like breakfast.
Yeah, until breakfast, until she smells breakfast.
You're awoken to the sound of like a breakfast bell. And as you like react and sort of like jolt awake, you see Leia just a few paces from you with 2 cups of coffee in her hand. I'm sorry. That dinner bell is very prompt. But I thought I would you like coffee, right? Here you go.
Black?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. I do like coffee. Thank you. I take the coffee. And I start sipping. Just quiet. Waking up
She
process.
quietly sips her coffee in silence with you. Yeah, it's just kind of
Vibe.
hear everyone come down the stairs and the yelling and the footprints and stuff, and you guys just kind of share a quiet moment together.
Can I just kind of make like a vibe check on her? I
Yeah.
don't think Sydney really
Wanna do an
knows how to
insight check?
react to Leah.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's one of those Sydney's like
Oh, please, Dice
getting
Christ.
the impression that
If you can hear
Yes.
me, please roll high.
See what happens. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Dice Christ had heard me in this moment.
It heeds your prayer.
Sid, you held a candle for Brihiri for a long time. And then I'm gonna venture a guess that you maybe attempted maybe like a couple of not so serious things, and they were just like you would push people away and they never lasted long. They were messy.
Yeah.
You're not used to, like, people, like, liking you or, like, being drawn to your personality.
Yep.
Leia's, like, real nice.
Okay. Good to know.
Cyenna, I swear to God, now all my goddamn socks are gone. Where are my socks?
I swear it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I still have the pair that. I still have the ones I took. I still only have the ones that I took from you before. Do you want them? Did someone steal your socks?
I came here with like 4 pairs of socks.
Grendel, why are you
0.
always stealing socks? Give her socks back. Come on now.
Aww.
He always does this.
Fine. Here.
I snatch my socks back and I like look over at Cyenna.
The socks are kind of wet now.
I suppose you want these back, and I hand her some very dry socks that belonged to her last night. They probably smell a little bit because she was wearing them all day, but they're dry.
I'm sorry for yelling at you about stealing some socks.
It's
I will
okay,
happily
Gemma.
accept these socks back if you don't mind. And I like take them.
Yeah, you're welcome, Gemma.
And she just slowly walks away back to her room to situate herself. I'll be a little late for brekkie.
I walk over to that kid and I ask him how he took all her socks. How'd you take all those socks?
He looks at you. Looks you up and down. He's like, what are you gonna give me if I show you?
How's a knuckle sandwich? I'm just kidding.
Acceptable. It's acceptable. I can wear socks. You can have all that here. It doesn't matter.
I say nothing and then I just walk away. But I just kind of walk away, walk around the corner, and when I turn the corner, I just kind of peek at the kid and watch him for a minute.
He just
kind of amazed by how many socks he was able to steal.
He like shrugs and like goes to his breakfast, and he starts putting like a ridiculous amount of food on his plate. And you can hear Ahima as she sits down. She's like, "Oh, well, save some of the food for the rest of us. Swear that one's gonna eat us out of house and home." Leia! Leia! Leave poor Sid alone.
I kind of just look at Leia. I shrug, and I just keep sipping coffee. Just vibing.
Leia, like, gets up, gives you, like, that cheeky grin, and, like, kind of, like, puts up her coffee to you, and then, like, goes to sit next to Ahima, and starts, like, kind of, like, nudging people out the way so that, like, and, like, putting food on Ahima's plate. You see Ahima, like, pats her hand, like, you're a good girl. Stop preying on that halfling. I know that look in your eye.
If I'm around, could I do an insight check on Leia?
Totally.
I come back downstairs and have breakfast with everyone.
Cool.
I come to the table and I sit right next to Gemma. And then when the time comes, I ask if she's gonna eat her dessert pie, her breakfast pie.
Of course, because they definitely have breakfast pie.
You gonna eat that one? That pie? Gemma?
I haven't. Well, yeah, but
I bet your feet are really warm right now, aren't they?
Savage.
You know, I bet your feet are as toasty as that pie. I already finished mine, but gosh, I sure could use another slice. And I lean over and I give big, the most anime eyes I can give Gemma. But with like a subtle hint of like, you better.
Can we do opposing roles?
Yeah, do it. PvP.
What is that?
Fight. I got a 26, by the way.
On Leia? Okay,
What does that mean? I've never done that.
Yeah.
You're gonna roll a d20, and then Lindsay's gonna roll a d20, and then you guys are gonna add your, I guess, persuasion and...
Oh no.
Intimidation.
It's already bad.
Yeah.
Who's rolling
Okay,
what?
all together.
Or are we both rolling both?
I would say... I'm trying to decide how you would roll against her intimidation check. Like, what skill would that be?
So mine is intimidation.
Honestly, I'd probably like persuade her into not.
Okay,
Trying to
so
intimidate me.
persuasion for Gemma, and then intimidation for Cyenna.
Okay. I got a 21.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I'm not gonna even reveal my number because that's brutal. If you need me to, I can. I've been rolling really poorly tonight.
Gemma looks at you, like, not even, like, fazed by the fact that you were trying to, like, kind of be tough about it. And, you're really close to her face, and she just, like, boops you on the nose, and still hands you the pie, and says, I love what you've got going on for you. You know, trying to be all big and tough and whatever, but maybe don't do that to your party member. Because in battle, I might let an arrow hit you. Get what I'm saying? Love you. You're great. But maybe not, you know?
Oh. Yeah. Hey, do you want to share this, maybe?
No. You deserve it. Truly, you do.
Thanks, Gemma.
And I just sit there watching her eat it.
It's very uncomfortable the whole time, Cyenna.
Like a weirdo. I just sit there watching you eat it.
26 on insight on Leia. Zatari, Leia has a bit of a reputation for being kind of a flirt. And Ahiba has basically told her that anyone who lives on the ranch is off limits. But you have known Leia long enough that, like, you know when she, like, has taken a shine to someone, and she's maybe harboring a little crushy crush on Sid.
Ooh. So it's real. She's not just like trying to mess with her.
No, not everyone's a con. Leia actually is here for the ponies. That's like her. She's a rancher. Like she's the one who does who rides a lot of the horses and such.
So she's good at riding, you say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
No,
if Sydney needed riding lessons.
Now.
That's it, you guys. Good night. That was my best joke. Like,
Oh my god.
Sorry, it was right there.
it was so right there.
I mean,
That's
you
amazing.
had to grab it.
I had to.
You had to do it. If you didn't, you had to. I approve.
The whole time, I've been stopping myself from sending in, putting in, like, Genuine's Pony, the song.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, trying so hard not to put it in the side chat, but...
You're like, I'm going to now, but... yeah, so, but you, Leia's like a
But
flirt,
mostly
but
I was
she's
just
genuine.
worried about...
She's genuine. She's not like... She's not like a
She's
siren.
not like leading her on or anything.
Yeah, she's not a siren. She just, she just has a flirty personality.
Yeah. Okay. I took that information away. Can I like read? Can I read Sydney at all?
Ooh. I mean, okay. I mean, Sid, do you think you would be? Do you think you would be deceiving anyone from reading your true feelings in this moment, or are you gonna be more like everything is good?
Yeah.
I think Sydney right now, I mean, and I don't think Zatari necessarily needs to roll for this, because she's got her mug of coffee in her hand. She actually had a good night's sleep. So I think, like, you just see her looking very content right now. I think if you had seen her interacting with Leah earlier, you probably would have seen a little bit of shock and a little bit of, I don't know how to take this. But when they were just kind of vibing together, she was just like,
This is fine.
just, yeah.
Didn't quite know how
It's
to
been
take
a long...
it.
Yeah, well, Sydney doesn't necessarily... She's not used to people vibing with her. And sometimes just sitting in silence is a very meaningful thing for Sydney, because it allows her to just be, which she has a lot of difficult time doing. And so I think the fact that Leah was willing to just sit with her in silence, even if nothing comes of it, even if it's just a friendship that comes of it, I think Sydney greatly appreciates that, and that's why she feels very content. Because since everything has happened when it came to meeting you guys, and even before that, she's just been kind of... Like, whenever she's interacted with people, it's always something. And this time it's actually just sitting. So, she appreciates that. Again, I don't think Zatari needed to roll that. I think you could probably read that very well. Because it's not something you've seen of Sid before. It's a very, like, even Cyenna and Gemma would have seen that Sydney actually looks content this morning. Normally she's grouchy. It's a little weird.
The charm of the farm is working.
You see that eventually.
Gemma leans over to. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead, Gemma.
Gemma leans over to Cyenna and just kind of like, as she's like awkwardly like staring at her, and like, I just whisper like, "There's a thing going on with them over there. Did you notice?" I think they've got the hots for one another, but I can't really tell.
You see that Leah, after she wrestles a couple of the kids away from Ahima's plate and makes sure she has enough food, she sits down across Sid and notably never lets her coffee get cold. She like gets up and repours it every so often. She doesn't say anything. She just wordlessly does it.
And I think when that happens, Sid just kind of gives her like a little soft smile of thanks whenever that happens. As she's eating her bacon and eggs. I'm assuming it's bacon and eggs.
Oh
for
yeah,
ranch,
of course.
But yes.
They got chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
This pig's name was Silas.
Oh gosh.
Do you really have to name every pig for breakfast?
Well, they
It's a
had
little off-putting.
they had names, Zatari. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but
My Silas was old, and he sired 33 beautiful hogs.
okay, Mama Hima. I just would
That
I
pig
would
got
like
some
to
action.
not personally know my breakfast while I am eating it. Just saying, but
Silas lived a good life, and in death he also serves us. She like.
alright,
mine-
well, I'm going to go say hi to the ponies.
Okay.
Hey, Cyenna, we're eating a horny pig right now, Cyenna. Do you taste it?
Yeah, I could taste that. My horns are tingling.
Too good.
Horny in multiple ways.
If the title of this episode doesn't have anything to do with pigs, I will be shocked.
It will now.
So yeah. What do you guys spend the rest of the day doing? And where do you guys go from here? It's pretty early. It's like 7.
So out of character, we know that Boda exists. We don't specifically know where she is, or they. She.
Hey.
Well, we know she would be at a themed dive bar, and the last one we were at was the mermaid one. So we could start there and ask if they've seen her.
Baldur's Gate is like huge. I'd imagine there's quite a handful of
Yeah.
themed restaurants and bars and such. So,
Well, if she doesn't have a whole lot of money because she's drinking a lot, she'd probably visit the more like,
Seedy ones.
yeah.
So maybe starting in the seedier areas of Baldur's Gate.
just kind of asking around for her.
Which I'd imagine our characters are kind of sort of familiar with because of our line of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You guys are confident that you could find her without raising suspicions. It's just going to take you a day or two.
Okay. And then what else do we want to do while we're in the city? Because I'm assuming besides hunting for her...
I wrote a to-do list down because it felt like something we needed to have on hand.
Yes.
Ruby gets
Maybe
really
we still have to
excited
sell some things, don't we?
when you pull out your list.
Calm
She
down,
gives,
Ruby.
she gives a really pointed look to Zatari, like, see?
This is different. This is a small to-do list. What you had was very different.
I'm just saying, Gemma seems organized. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Gemma, what is on the list?
Well... It's literally the same to-do list that's in the chat, but the last thing I added was more for me, just to figure out why the Flaming Fist hasn't gotten any info about Father Winter's death/head. But I relay the list to the group, and I'm like, we could check it off the one that we're doing right now, which is nice. Sorta. We haven't quite found the druid, but you know, we're getting there.
I think we could also add what Gemma wants to do with the Flaming Fist while we're in the city to our list.
So when we go back to the city, we're gonna try and find Boda.
Mm-hmm.
And Flaming Fist shit.
Well, when you put it like that.
I know. I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Those both things that need to be done in the city. We lost the... I feel like because the... Where are my notes? Because the father's head, we would need to talk to...
The other priest.
Yeah. We're concerned about the Zentara.
Well, maybe while we are looking for Baldi, we could look for the father impersonator, Father Garesh, at the same time.
Yeah.
See if anyone matches those descriptions.
We also don't want the father's head situation, the trail to go cold on that one either. There's so much to do.
There is so much to do. But for the rest of the day...
Well, I thought we were spending probably, the morning at the ranch and then headed back to Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought too.
I would probably tell Ruby, I think I will probably be gone another day or so you can stay here if you would like and then get a ride back to the guild. Take your time for your vacation.
Oh,
In the meantime,
Are you sure?
Yes, I think it will be fine.
Okay. And then
You
you
seem
just...
like you need a bit more of a break. You're doing well right now, and I think you need another day or two to really soak things in and then be ready to come back. Okay?
You see Roland like doing circles around her, just like, yeah, stay forever, Ruby. Oh, okay. Well, I can't stay forever, but I guess I can stay for 2 days. Forever. Thank you.
Roland, you are doing such a good job with the ponies. I am so proud of you.
I'm gonna be in the Thieves Guild.
Maybe eventually once you are big enough. Okay?
I'm gonna
Learn
fight
a
bad
lot
guys.
from Mama Ahira.
Okay.
Yes. Alright. Well, I think we should be going. Mama Ahima, I love you and I will try to visit more.
Okay, Zatari. Yes, write me more often.
Yes, yes. I most certainly will.
I'll send Ruby back
And let
in a
me
day
know
or
if you
two.
think... Yes. And let me know if you hear anything more about the druid or about the captain you told me about.
Oh.
Any
Yes.
other things in the area that you are really worried about, I will take care of.
Captain Hog, that was his name.
Captain Hog. Alright. Well, we should be off.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Give her a big hug before I leave, and all of the other like tieflings, I give them hugs too.
Yeah. A lot of them like see you out. And Sid, you see that Leia is like out like riding the ponies, and she sort of like kind of like swoops over by you guys and like waves goodbye and then like rides off.
You're muted.
I do like
Yeah.
the short little wave. Sorry.
Cute. Right. You guys make your way back into the city. Find Oda. I think that's where we're gonna call it tonight, you guys. I know it was kind of more of a simple episode, but that was cute. A lot of character stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Lore.
good.
No.
Character development, lore.
Oh
Character
my
growth.
God.
Cute. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream.